Close but no cigar. Close but no cigar. Good game, I would call it. If you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, a great game. Detroit Lions knocked off the Dallas Cowboys 44-30 in a must-win ball game for both teams. Playoff expectations. This put Dallas Cowboys behind the 8 ball. They had an opportunity, but you really have to look at the defense for the Dallas Cowboys giving up 44 points. It's tough to win any ball game when you're giving up that amount of points. And the Detroit Lions, I know high-powered offense is what everybody's going to say, but they haven't been looking good for a few weeks now. They're getting themselves back into it. If this guy played with a hurt ankle, I hate to see him play with a healthy ankle, so to speak. All right? The jump cutting that he was doing on a hurt ankle, supposedly hurt ankle, running, jump cutting the way he was, making plays like nothing ever happened. Come on now, we ain't no fools. This man was healthy, all right? Healthy as can be, and he showed out in this game and stepped up big for his ball club. 6 catches for 92 yards, 15.3 on average, and no touchdowns, but he got 9 targets. But it was a collective unit by the Detroit Lions, putting the pressure on Dak Prescott, getting turnovers, doing their double team matchups, making sure Pickens don't get loose, making sure CeeDee Lamb don't break the game open. Mentioning CeeDee Lamb, big loss when he went out for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if CeeDee Lamb was still in this game going down the stretch, could have been different. I believe that. Maybe a closer game. Maybe it's going down the stretch, play for play. Dallas Cowboys might can sneak this game out. Who knows? All right? But you got Pickens on the other end. And you have to ask yourself, Pickens can't give up on plays. As good as he played so far this season, this was a bad look for George Pickens. Stopping and going on routes. CeeDee Lamb goes out, and he's been out already in this season. George Pickens picked up the slack. He goes out again, no problem. It's Pickens' time. Can you count on him? Can you depend on him? And it's crazy that we're saying this stuff. As well as he played, dynamic for the Cowboys. Making big plays, the reason why they got a lot of these wins. But all it takes is one game. One game to give you a black eye on your game. George Pickens got to go 110% every time he suits it up. He can't take plays off, especially with his track record. Why do you think the Pittsburgh Steelers said, bye-bye, you can go ahead and go, which he's proved them wrong this season with his play. But you can't take a back seat. Continue to play football. Don't know, man. The man wasn't in the ball game. They need him to step up big. All right? Dak Prescott, hell of a game throwing the football. Hell of a game moving the football with what you had to work with. Defense let him down. Offense, too many penalties on a lot of possessions. Tough place to be in. There's no excuse there, but Dallas Cowboys needed to win out. In my opinion, the Dallas Cowboys needed to win out to catch the Philadelphia Eagles. They just lost this game. There's no way they're going to win this division. In my opinion, I know they got a favorable schedule, but in my opinion, the task is too great. I don't see them overtaking the Philadelphia Eagles and winning the division. I'll say that part. Now, as far as making the playoffs, it'll be a catastrophe if the Dallas Cowboys don't make the playoffs. It's hard to say that this team will not make the playoffs. But they got to depend on teams now. It's not all up to them. They screwed that. I hate to say that this team will not be in the playoffs. In my opinion, they deserve to be in the playoffs. Look, I'm not trying to sit here and vouch for the Cowboys. I'm, of all people, not trying to vouch for the Cowboys. But
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
But I understand. I understand what this season means. I understand what they've been through. I understand the talent they have on this offensive side of the football. And they have to go to Pickens, and they got to be like, man, when they go watch film on Pickens, it's not going to look good. He got 5 catches for 37 yards, 7.4 on average. He had 9 targets. Just not a good game for him. Just disengaged the whole game. And what about Brandon Aubrey? He was a player of the game for the Cowboys. He was the highlight. Besides Ryan Flournoy, what's his name, the wide receiver? He stepped up big and made some plays. But Brandon Aubrey, just like Herb Street said, if he didn't make those kicks, this game would have been gone a long time ago. 57? What, 55? 63? What, he got him a 29 or something like that? But man, talk about a leg. Talk about a jewel. Cowboys got a jewel, man. This kicker is automatic. Doing it with ease. Can you imagine having a field goal kicker like that in the playoffs? All you got to do is get it across the 50 and it's good. He's a point machine. He's a point machine. Gonna be around for a very long time. But 30-44, man. Cowboys, like I said, in my opinion, they missed an opportunity. Yes, the Detroit Lions are good, okay? But the Cowboys, if they just didn't have all those penalties, they had a engaged George Pickens. They were able to establish some kind of running game to take the pressure off. Because really, that's what happened. No running game for the Cowboys. 17 carries for Devontae Williams, 17 for 67, 3.9 on average. Maybe could have stuck with him a little bit more. He almost got 70 yards. To me, I say a running back gets 70 yards. He done his job. Don't matter how many carries he got, but it wasn't enough running game in this one for the Cowboys to take the pressure off of Dak Prescott. The defense pierced their ears back, went after him, pressured him on a lot of them. Sacked him 5 times for 50 yards. So some leakage. You factor in the penalties that they had. You factor in a no running game. You factor in a no engaged George Pickens. You factor in CeeDee Lamb went out. Too much to overcome. Playing a powerhouse like the Lions. Or was powerhouse by the Lions. Now they're struggling to get in the playoffs just as well as the Cowboys. They got to string together some games to get in. The hungrier and desperate team tonight was the Detroit Lions. They were flying around on defense, making plays, turning the football over, pressuring Dak Prescott, getting him on the ground, stuffing the run a few times, forcing Schottenheimer to not stay with the run. Got pass happy. That's your ball game. I'm not sad about it. It helps the Eagles, of course. It helps the Eagles. But I'm just saying the Dallas Cowboys did have an opportunity here. No doubt. They had an opportunity. They just didn't come ready to play like the Detroit Lions came ready to play. And if they did, the chances would have been greater to pull it out. But no way in hell your defense or any defense can give up 44 points and have a great chance to win. That's plain and simple. You got to locate these receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown on a hurt ankle, supposedly, the way he's looking. He's a scat out there. Run around like a feline. All right? I don't think he was hurt. Letting him run free, questionable to play this game. You have problems, man. You got to cover that great wide receiver up. What are you doing? You got to cover somebody. You see Detroit Lions, they got a safety rolling over the top on Pickens. They making sure they don't make big plays. Just don't have Amon-Ra St. Brown just running free out there, giving up big plays, especially in crunch time. You're down. Need the ball back. Need a 3 and out. Let him cut across the middle, run all the way down in field goal range, and Now you're on your heels. What you gonna do? Huh? Nothing. So disappointing loss for the Dallas Cowboys, no doubt. So we'll see where it lands for them. We'll see where. I wonder if they changed it already. Let's take a look at this standings real quick. But they still got them. Let me see if I can move this. I know this is in your way. Slide me over here. About to right there. All right. They still got them at 6-5, but we already know they're 6-6. All right. There's no way they're catching these Eagles right here at 8-4, who got a big game with the Chargers coming up on Monday night. Matter of fact. So the Cowboys just busted their 3-game winning streak right there. 3-game winning streak. Because in my opinion, they didn't come ready to play like the Detroit Lions came ready to play. They played with desperation. Cowboys didn't. You got to stop number 5 too if you're Cowboys. Yes, you have to stop number 5. All right, where we at? Get back over there. You have to stop number 5. All right, Gibbs. Obviously, I'm talking about the touchdown because he only had 12 carries for 43 yards. All right, but the man was sniffing that stripe. He was sniffing it. 3.6 on average on his carries. I mean, you gave up 43 from him. Then Montgomery had 60. So there you go. You want to count your 100 yards or so right there, right? What, 3 touchdowns by Gibbs? There you go. Jameson Williams, that number 1. I like his length. He looked like a good wide receiver. 7 catches for 96 yards by him. All right. So that was free. You allowed them to muster up a running game to make big plays. You allowed multiple receivers damn near edge for 100 yards apiece, almost. Because you got Williams with 96 yards. You got Amon St. Brown with 92 yards. You got Gibbs with 77. All right. But CeeDee Lamb, before he went out, 121 yards, 6 catches, 8 targets. Then you got Ryan Flournoy, 9 catches, 115. This guy's stepping up. He said he want a little bit of that cheddar cheese. I don't know if he can get it. I don't think Jerry Jones going to be grading off that cheese that easy like that. He going to have to wait his turn. He going to have to wait about 5 more years or seasons, however you want to call it. He ain't going to get his cheese yet. No. But Pickens, that's a disappointment. Because I was high on Pickens just like everybody else. Man, like, wow. Great wide receiver. You sitting right next to CeeDee Lamb and you're pretty much outshining CeeDee Lamb, coming up big when he's right across from you. Even when he was out, you stepping up big. Hey, man, coming from Pittsburgh, first season with the Cowboys, and you putting up those type of numbers, fabulous. But you have to stay focused. That's the key. All it takes is one game for somebody to start questioning you. You always got to look at it like that. One game, somebody can start questioning you. That's all it takes. Stay focused. And if I'm George Pickens, I'm not allowing something like that to ever happen again for the rest of my career. You got to finish these routes. You got to be engaged. You got to take it upon yourself when your other star wide receiver goes down. But me personally, Dallas Cowboys didn't lose this game on the offensive end anyway. All right? The defense gave up too many points. Too many points. 30 points should be enough to win a game each week in most weeks. 30 points, you can win a lot of ball games like that for the offense if your defense is stout. All right? And we all know the Cowboys defense all year hasn't been stout, but they've been picking it up since they made, some trades, get some folks over there. But this game here, you resorted back. Early on, they was getting pressure on Jared Goff. If they'd have stayed with that formula or tried to get to him a little more, as you see once he's rattled and he gets out of his pocket, he's not as accurate, is he? Out of that pocket. But if you allow him to stay in that pocket, he'll pick you apart. You got to get to him. You got to get to him. But early on, y'all was putting a little pressure on him. That's it in a nutshell. Now the Philadelphia Eagles got to take care of their business. Cowboys had to win out to catch them. They just ruined that. Eagles got their own problems and issues they got to straighten out because they're thinking Super Bowl and always should be thinking Super Bowl, but the way they played lately, they're not close to Super Bowl. All right? We're going to keep it straight and real with that. They're not Super Bowl. And do I think they can turn it on to where they start looking like a Super Bowl team here down for the last stretch? We hope. That's the thought process, always. All right? But I'm not counting on it. Not counting on it. So once again, Dallas Cowboys lose to the Detroit Lions 30-44. Fofo. All right? Fofo. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits, Thursday Night Football. Thanks for your time. We up out of here. Enjoy y'all Big Friday that's coming in. And be safe out there. We out of here. Peace.